If I could have at the time had the DecisionDx test done, I probably would not have suffered with all that anxiety. If I could have not had a surgery, could have avoided it or put it off, I would have loved to know that information ahead of time. I'm Tommy Dolan, and I'm a cancer survivor. My cancer journey actually begins before I was even born. My grandfather passed from melanoma. He passed when I was 6 months old, but he had had it before and it went undiagnosed. I think from there, growing up in Arizona, the son of a roofer and always outdoors, that we would have been really cautious about, sun protection, but it just wasn't on our radar. April of 2017, I went to my usual less than expensive barber. So I went home and I noticed in the mirror that there was an interesting looking spot on the back of my head, some type of mole that just didn't look like anything I've seen before. So I called my wife Danielle and had her look at it, and she encouraged me to get in with my dermatologist really quickly. I got in a few short days later in early May and had a shave biopsy, and that was sent off to the lab. And I was working in Vail, Colorado. My cell phone kicks on, it's my dermatologist, and I just knew. I knew something was not right. And she goes, yeah, it's not the news we wanted. You have melanoma, you have skin cancer. Going back to that moment, it's such a deep and vivid moment that it still kind of comes at you hard. And I just remember those words hanging in the air. And I just thought, oh my God, am I gonna die? I got a wife, I got 2 young kids.
I was just in shock initially. Just like, what does the future look like for us? What stage is it? I wanted all the answers.
There's just so much unknown. And for me, I want to know and have concrete facts and details to guide my next decision, because fear of the unknown is probably the scariest part with cancer. And so I ended up having the surgery, and they did a wide local incision, took at least 3 centimeters of margin off the back of my head, and they did a sentinel lymph node biopsy where there's some here and some taken from my neck.
A week later, Tommy got the call. I could just see it in his face when we heard that he was fully clear of all cancer and that there was no continual cancer or anything that had metastasized. There was just this huge relief as a family. I just remember feeling like, oh my goodness, we can move forward now. But there's always that in the back of your mind, is it going to reoccur? Is it going to happen again? When could it happen again?
Fast forward a few months, I was doing my regular checkups. My dermatologist mentioned that there was a new test from a company called Castle Biosciences. It can tell you if you'll have a likelihood or not of reoccurrence. And she's like, do you want to do the test? I'm like, absolutely.
When he told me about the DecisionDx-Melanoma test, I was so excited for that test. When we got the results back that it was the lowest reoccurrence possible, at that point, I just felt this additional relief in our family and for ourselves to know that we could continue living our lives.
When I was first diagnosed, I would have loved to have heard about the DecisionDx test just to provide some level of certainty. It wasn't until almost a year later that it was introduced to my dermatologist. And at that point, I still jumped at the chance to get the information. I've learned that they've now advanced from telling you a reoccurrence to now telling you the risk of the cancer spreading into your lymph nodes. Knowing that information would have definitely been helpful to guide myself and my surgical and my medical team to deciding if I even needed that surgery. Sitting now eight and a half years post this whole ordeal, I'm just very thankful that the results that I got have held true, that I haven't had any more scares. Just sitting this side of it, very thankful that the results have proven themselves over time. For those that are just getting that horrible news that you have cancer and are walking through any uncertainties or fears going on in your life, I would just highly encourage you to do your own research. If your dermatologist or oncologist doesn't know about the DecisionDx test, by all means, please bring that knowledge to them. This is a test that your provider needs to know about and can help them make really good decisions, can help you make really good decisions, and potentially help you avoid a surgery or get a surgery done faster, whatever the case may be. The future's bright. I wake up with thankfulness and thank God for just allowing me to have another day, and gonna get after it and do the best I can with every day that I have.